So we're back now, and it's a little bit darker so that we can see the screen better. But we're going to go through example 1. So notice we've got some choices of flowers. I don't know, maybe we're going to work at an office and we want to put some flowers in front. We're going to let everybody vote. Okay, so I've given you a table here, but understand depending on what method you use, the vote might look differently. But we would need it ranked like this for board account, for pairwise comparison, and really to do plurality with comparison without being able to redo a vote. So for those 3, we really need that. So here's what we've got. I've basically had 5 people vote. It's a very small office. There's 5 people who have voted. Okay. The first 3 people all voted the same. So I just used the first letter. Hopefully that's understandable. So impatiens, marigold, then periwinkle, then begonias. Okay. So the first 3 people, they all voted the same way. Okay. And then the last 2 people, they also voted the same way, but they did it differently in BPI and BPI. Okay. So where the top row, for Gretchen, marigold is her first choice. Now, to decide, first of all, if there's a majority winner, okay, you first of all need to know, hey, there's 5 people who voted. And so for there to be a majority winner, we would need at least over 2.5, so at least 3. So I look just at the first place votes. Like I don't need the second, third, fourth. I just look at the first place votes. Okay, 3 people voted for I, 2 people voted for M. Now, is 3 enough? Yes, that's enough because that's over 2.5. So there is a majority winner, which is, in this case, impatience. All right, so you'll notice when you look at your notes here, I filled this in. Okay, so the majority winner is impatience. All right, then we've got plurality, very similar. You just look at the first row. It doesn't matter about the second one. We've got 3 for I, 2 for M. Doesn't matter that it's a majority winner, but if there was a majority winner, that's always going to also be your plurality winner. If there's not a majority winner, there still can be a plurality winner. Usually there will be. Okay, so sometimes not if there's a tie, but usually there will be. So the plurality winner is impatience because they got more first place votes than others. It doesn't have to be a majority, but it turns out it is this time. All right, now board account. This is where it gets a little bit harder. So because there's 4 options here, okay, 4 different flowers, whenever a person votes first place, okay, that's going to receive 4 points. So I'm going to see what happens when I pull this up here. Okay, it's not super clear, but I think we'll understand. So you'll notice in the notes, you'll notice that I've put some point values. So this first row, I'll put it here. This is 4 points. Okay, anybody who places that in the first is 4 points. Then this one is 3 points. Second place. Third place is 2 points. And fourth place is 1 point. So everything in this row is going to earn 4 points. So let's just look at for Charlie. Okay, for Charlie, he gets 4 points for I. Okay, he gives 3 points to Marigold. He gives 1 point to Begonias. And he gives 2 points to Periwinkle. All right, because that's in second to last place. I'm going to add that. I'm going to add now Denise's scores. So Denise gives 4 for impatience, also 3 for Marigold, also 1 for Begonia, and also 1 for Periwinkle. Same thing for Edward, gives 4 for that, 3 for Marigold, 1 for Begonia, 2 for Periwinkle. All right, now let's look at Gretchen and Joe. So Gretchen gives 4 points for Marigold, so I'm adding in 4 points for Marigold, gives 3 points for Begonias, gives 2 points for Periwinkle, and gives only 1 point for impatience. All right, so that's giving the preference here. Now for Joe, same thing, 4 points for Marigold, 3 points for Begonias, 2 points for Periwinkle, and 1 point for impatience. So that's where these numbers are coming from, literally adding that up. Now in the next example, I'm going to do it a little bit quicker, but that's how this works. That's why these numbers are the way they are. Then you just total these up. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12, plus another 2, that's 14 for impatience. That's 9, plus another 8 is 17 for marigold. 1, 2, 3, plus 6 is 9 points for begonias, and 2 times 5 is 10 points for periwinkles. So, according to this, marigold wins. Okay, so although marigold is not everybody's first favorite flower, it is a flower that people like. We at least don't see these two people here. They hated impatiens. So instead of making them deal with these impatiens, we've kind of come to more of a compromise here where we take into consideration, hey, everybody sort of likes this. Everybody's, first or second pick was marigold. We're going to put marigold out. That takes their preference in instead of just giving nothing. Okay, so like they hated impatiens here. All right, then you've got plurality with comparison. Now, plurality with comparison, you just look at the first place votes for now, okay? And we already know that the plurality winner is impatience. So you find the plurality winner. Then you have to decide, is that a majority winner? If the answer is yes, that's the winner for comparison, the plurality with comparison. If the answer is no, then it goes further. Okay, I bet example 2 is going to have this happen. But here, okay, plurality winner is impatience. That is a majority because there's 3 people who voted for it. That's more than half of 5. So this is impatience. All right. Okay, we'll see in the next example where that gets trickier. All right, the last thing is when we're doing pairwise comparison. Sometimes what I like to call this is like head to head. Okay, we're comparing everything head to head. All right, so notice I've already made this list here. So impatiens versus marigolds, impatiens versus begonias, impatiens versus petunias, or no, periwinkle, my bad. Marigold versus begonias, marigold versus periwinkle, and then begonia versus periwinkle. Now notice, since there's 4 items here, that gave us 6 combinations. All right, so that's something, remember we did once upon a time. Okay, we're doing 4 combination 2. Okay, 4, we're choosing 2. The order doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's I first or M first. Okay, so just thinking back to last semester, that's why there's going to be 6. Sometimes it's good to know, like, hey, I'm doing 5 combination 2. Check it out. How many is that going to make on my list so that I'm sure I have everything? All right, so now you're basically just comparing each one of these. So first starting with impatiens versus marigold. So I look at Gretch and Charlie. And does Charlie prefer impatiens or marigold? Well, I is higher on his list. So that's 1 for impatiens. What I normally do is I pick one of them, usually the first one that I've written down for whatever reason, and I just count it. I know there's a total of 5, so whatever points they don't get, the others preferred. And so I only keep track of one of the 2 items. I know the rest of them go to the other item. Okay, so I look at impatiens. Oh, my phone. Oh. Hello? Nothing. Yeah, I did. That's all right. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a video, so that's okay. I'm just gonna go. Yes, they're in the email. Thank you. Bye. Sorry, Mr. Chu just called. Sorry about that. Let's continue. Back to, so sorry. Don't be mad. All right, so we're now in impatiens versus marigold. So impatiens, okay, I'm only keeping track of impatiens if they win. And so I'm keeping track how many times it beats marigold. So for Charlie, I is above M, so impatiens wins. That's 1. Okay. Then for Denise, I is above M, so that's 2. For Edward, I is above M, so that's 3. Gretchen, no, M is above I. And Joe, no, M is above I. So 3 times out of the 5 people, 3 of them preferred I versus M. Okay? That means M won twice out of the 5. You see what I'm saying? So if I just keep track of the 1, I know the other one's going to be the other amount to add up to 5 people or however many people we have in the vote. Okay, that means that I wins. That means they're going to, in the end, they're going to get 1 point. All right, now I have to do I versus B. So for Charlie, I wins. Yes, so that's 1. Denise, I wins. Yes, that's 2. Edward wins. I over B. Yes, that's 3. Gretchen, no, B is above I, so no, I does not beat it. Same thing for Joe. So 3, again, this is 3 times to 2 for begonias. So impatience wins that one as well. Okay, now I versus P. So Charlie, yes, I is over P. Denise, yes, I is over P. Edward, yes, I is over P. So again, I'm just keeping track of the I's. So we're at 3 now. Gretchen, no. P is above I. Joe, no. So again, I'm only keeping track of the yeses when I is above P. So that's 3 still versus 2 for P. So I wins that one. Now I'm doing marigold versus begonias. So for Charlie, yes, M is above B. It's 2. So M, yes, Charlie. So I'm keeping track of the M's now, okay? Just because that was the first one on the list. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I just keep track of 1. So M, yes, is beating B. 2, Denise is, yep, M over B. Edward, yes, M is above B. That's 3. Gretchen, yes, M is above B. And Joe, M is above B. So that was all 5 of them preferred M over B. So 5-0, so M wins. Okay, even though it was a landslide on that one, still that's only worth 1 point. That doesn't give you more points than winning 3-2. Okay, it's just if you win, beat it, doesn't matter by how much, you get 1 point. All right, so now we're at M over P, or versus P. So I'm counting M's. Yes, Charlie prefers M over P. Yes, Denise. Yes, Edward. Yes, Gretchen, M over P. And yes, Joe. So again, this is 5-0, M wins. Last one, begonias versus periwinkle. So begonias I'm keeping track of just because it was the first on the list. So begonias. Okay. No, Charlie doesn't. P is above P, so no. B is not above P here, so no for Denise and no for Edward. Yes, B is above P for Gretchen, so that's 1. And yes for Joe, that's 2. So in this case, the begonias got 2, periwinkle only got 3. That means periwinkle got the win there. Then, the phone call killed me. We're so close. All right, sorry guys, this is like a real life class right here. Things are happening. I'm sorry I can't start over. This one was too long already. It's already 13 minutes. Ugh, sorry. Okay, so anyways, so it turns out that I got 1, 2, 3 points. M got 2 points. Begonias got 0 points. They didn't win any of them. And periwinkle got 1. So that means that impatience won because it had won more of the head-to-head comparisons here. All right, let's come back. Let's hope the next one goes better. Hey, here's a little college trick. You can watch this, like speed it up, watch it on like 2 times or something like that, or 1.5 times, and it'll go quicker. So my daughter uses that all the time where you just watch it on a faster speed if you can. I don't know, but hey, it's worth a try. All right, see you guys in a minute.